Bitch wanna be famous, I'ma make a motherfucker famous.
No.
Wanna be famous, I'ma make you famous.
No.
No. Everybody wanna be famous.
Yeah.
Man, you think I'm worried about the police right now? Huh? You think I'm worried about the police right now?
No.
I keep telling you, bitch, I don't give a fuck about no fucking police, you heard?
Mm-hmm.
Bitch, play with me. Bitch, don't be...
No.
Bitch, don't.
Stop, Johnathan! Stop, Johnathan!
Now, bitch, game over.
New at 6, a guilty plea from the Shreveport man accused of killing his ex-girlfriend on Facebook Live. The murder happening last April. Police responding to a call of shots fired that quickly turned into a shootout. Officers later learned that Rannita Williams was shot and killed during that ordeal.
You probably check social media 100 times a day. You see the vacation posts, the dinner pics. Nobody expects to log on and see a crime in progress. But on April 11, 2018, the people of Shreveport, Louisiana, were forced to witness exactly that. They tuned into a live stream that wasn't a party. It was a hostage situation that quickly turned fatal. Inside that house on Natalie Street was 27-year-old Rannita Williams, known as Noo-Noo, a smart, dedicated mom just trying to build a better life. Pacing in front of her, armed and boiling with rage, was her ex-boyfriend, Johnathan Robinson. He wasn't trying to conceal his crime, he was amplifying it. He was shouting one thing over and over, his voice cracked with sickening pride. Everybody want to be famous, I'm gonna make you famous. He meant her. That statement is a gut punch, right? The cold, narcissistic need to use violence for clicks and notoriety. If that sick display of cruelty angers you, if you believe stories like Rannita's and the lessons they hold should never be ignored, hit that subscribe button right now. It helps ensure the truth about what happened here is always out in the open. But we have two things we need to figure out, and they are linked. One, why would a killer force his victim to film her own final moments? Two, how did a man with Robinson's documented history of extreme violence walk free long enough to pull this off? Rannita's final moments weren't spent running. They were spent, forced to look into the camera, delivering a tearful, humiliating apology. What does it say about our society when a killer's first instinct is not to hide his crime, but to stream it to Facebook? Drop your honest thoughts in the comments. This debate needs to happen right now. Welcome to True Crime Footprint, where we unveil the darkest mysteries and the most terrifying true crime tales. Kindly hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any of our new stories. Your support keeps these stories alive. Rannita Williams, or Noo-Noo, was a woman with hustle. She wasn't looking for trouble, she was looking ahead. A dedicated mother of three, she was building a life by doing hair and offering interior design services right there in Shreveport. She had made the choice many people struggle to make. She cut off the dead weight. She ended her complicated 5-year relationship with Johnathan Robinson 2 years before that terrible day. She was happy, building independence, even starting a new relationship. And that, honestly, is where the trouble starts for so many victims. Domestic violence experts agree. The period of separation is often the most dangerous time. The abuser loses control and views the victim's happiness as a challenge, a personal insult they must extinguish. But here's where it gets really interesting. Robinson didn't just become dangerous, he already was dangerous, and the justice system knew it. We aren't talking about a first-time offense. Back in 2015, with a different girlfriend, his behavior was explosive. He was arrested for running her off the road and physically assaulting her. When law enforcement showed up, he threatened to shoot them. It took 4 officers just to physically restrain him. That is a profile of extreme risk, right? Vehicular assault, physical battery, and armed threats against police. A clear declaration that he would use lethal force. But what happened? Robinson caught a massive break. He plea bargained the serious charges down to 2 counts of domestic abuse. His sentence was suspended, and he got probation. The system looked at a man who wanted a gunfight with cops and said, "We'll give you another shot." That failure, that massive, predictable red flag, allowed Robinson to stay free long enough to act on his rage. He couldn't stand Rannita's newfound freedom. He later confessed to police the truth behind that terrible morning. "I woke up that morning with the intent to kill Rannita Williams and have a shootout with police." If Robinson's violent history was screaming danger, do you think the judge who gave him probation is somehow accountable for what happened next? Let us know what you honestly think below.
But anyway, y'all know what him for, women. We already know what him for.
What?
Okay. Nothing.
Exactly.
To be
nothing.
unsaid.
Nothing.
To be untold.
Exactly. Nothing.
To be untold.
Fuck with a nigga out of 10-2. You done. Game fucking over.
Oh, Lordy.
Yeah.
He didn't waste time looking for a key. Robinson simply kicked in the front door at 1301 Natalie Street. The hostage situation started immediately, but he wasn't satisfied with simple physical control. He needed a digital audience for his performance. He forced Rannita to grab her phone and start the Facebook Live. Think about that level of twisted narcissistic control. He didn't want a quiet murder. He wanted a spectacle. And what was the purpose of this public degradation? He forced Rannita to apologize, not for leaving him, but to his new girlfriend. It was a final cold act of public shaming meant to obliterate her dignity before he ended her life. Right at the peak of the psychological torture. But what happens next is insane. The chilling 3-minute stream captured the escalating panic. Robinson paced, rifle in hand, his voice getting louder, punctuated by the cold sound of the weapon's action. He was performing, taunting the audience and the police he knew were rushing to the scene.
You think I'm worried about the police right now?
Nah.
I take telling you, bitch, I don't give a fuck about no fucking police, you heard?
No, it was just, I apologize.
What's up?
Because I couldn't go live on my phone. My page is blocked.
Bitch wanna be famous, I'ma make a motherfucker famous.
No.
Wanna be famous, I'ma make you famous.
No.
No. Everybody wanna be famous, let's be famous today.
Stop, Johnathan. Stop, Johnathan.
You think I'm worried about the police right now? Then the video hits the inevitable, terrible climax. Rannita utters her final, desperate plea. "Stop, Johnathan." The phone drops. 6 shots ring out immediately. 3 more follow. And then his final disgusting statement of dominance. "Game over, beep, eat." The live stream ended. The audience was left staring at a blank screen, knowing they had just watched the end of a life. If you were watching that live stream in real time, what would have been your first call? 911? Or telling Facebook to shut it down immediately? It's a terrifying split-second decision. What's the right choice? Police units arrived at Natalie Street within minutes of the first frantic 911 calls, but they couldn't just rush in. This wasn't a rescue. It was a siege. Robinson was barricaded inside the home, semi-automatic rifle in hand, turning Rannita's house into a fortress. Officers knew Rannita was inside, likely bleeding out, but they couldn't get to her. The scene was too hot. This was the shootout with police Robinson had confessed to planning. At 10:55 a.m., just 7 minutes after the first report, Robinson fired, hitting Shreveport officer CPL Robert Entrikin in the wrist. Over 30 shots were ultimately fired in the neighborhood. For a full 80 agonizing minutes, the community was held captive while this monster played out his final, desperate act of violence. It took over 30 officers to finally bring this threat down. We believe their sacrifice deserves acknowledgement. If you appreciate the men and women who run toward the danger others flee from, please hit the like button and share this story now. It helps us share more vital true crime cases like this. Robinson eventually surrendered. Rannita was rushed to the hospital but was pronounced dead soon after arrival. The charges came fast. First-degree murder, plus multiple counts of attempted first-degree murder for the officers. The DA was aiming for the death penalty, but the story took a strange turn in court. As a detective was recounting the devastating details of Rannita's gunshot wounds, the killer, shackled hand and foot, started sobbing. He erupted. He literally jumped up, toppled the defense table, and fought his own lawyers, begging them to let him just plead guilty and make it stop. His public, violent breakdown was shocking. Was this genuine, overwhelming regret for the life he took? Or was it simply the crushing fear of facing a lethal injection? Was Robinson's breakdown in court genuine remorse, or just a narcissistic reaction to the fear of a lethal injection? Where do you draw the line between true regret and simple fear of consequence?
Nobody. I never believed in killing nobody. Not just him, nobody. Not even an enemy. So why? No, I'm glad justice has been served. Everything is gone. Everything is okay. So I feel a lot better now. Now I can rest. Now me and my family can go on with our life, you know. It's over with. It's no more. So it's nothing else to talk. The decision has been made between us and everybody else. So we feel a lot better. It hurts me. It hurts me so bad. By killing Johnathan, it's not going to bring Rannita back. None whatsoever. So decision has been made, and that's what it is.
When did the DA let you know that this would happen today?
We have been talking about months. We have been talking about months. He had asked me my decision, and he gave me his decision. So at the end of the day, the decision that was made was my decision. So no one else could look at the DA, no one else, no other different. I made that decision. So that is what it is.
Did Robinson reach out to you anyway?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. I never let no one know. It was privacy. Every time he reached out to me, I never let no one know. This wasn't the first time he apologized to me. It's about the third time with letters and writing. I just never let no one know what was going on with me. From this time on, it was just private. Whatever went on, it was private between me and my family. Yes, he did reach out, and I forgive him. I forgive him, but I never will forget. Thank you.
The prosecution was ready for a brutal, capital murder trial that could have dragged through the courts for decades. But the ultimate decision on sentencing wasn't driven by lawyers or judges. It was driven by a single person, Anita Williams, Rannita's mother. Here is the unseen twist, the detail nobody saw coming. Anita Williams did not believe in the death penalty. She explained her deeply held moral stance, saying, "I didn't believe in killing nobody, not even an enemy. So why? Why?" Because of her wishes, the Caddo Parish DA made a crucial move. They agreed to drop the pursuit of capital punishment, which secured an immediate ironclad resolution. In January 2019, Johnathan Robinson pleaded guilty to first-degree murder. He was sentenced to life in prison without parole, plus a concurrent 100 years for shooting at the police. It was a final, guaranteed conviction achieved through a mother's grace. As the sentence was delivered, Robinson addressed Anita Williams, apologizing to her through his tears, and Anita, demonstrating a strength and compassion most of us can barely comprehend, told him simply, "I have already forgiven you." A devastating crime, a broken system, and a finale defined by the profound complexity of human strength. Rannita Williams' life was taken by an obsessive man obsessed with digital fame. Her final moments were exploited, but her mother's final act was one of peace and finality. The only thing worse than the crime itself is forgetting the lessons it taught us. Don't let this story be the last valuable warning and insight you get. You need to know the patterns of danger and the devastating cost of ignoring red flags. If this story has moved you to understand that, become a subscriber to True Crime Footprint right now. Our deepest condolences go out to Rannita Noo-Noo Williams' children, her mother Anita, and the entire community who had to endure this tragedy. Thank you for watching, for your attention, and for joining us on this journey of reflection. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and above all, stay safe. See you on our next video.